I'm licensed battlefield guide Fran Feyock. I'm standing in the Soldiers National Cemeteries this morning to tell you the story of a soldier, a 20-year-old soldier from Chillicothe, Ohio, named Enoch Milton Detty. Detty will fight here at Gettysburg, and Detty will die of a very common death in the American Civil War. There's a couple of things that we need to think about for these soldiers in 1863. First, their average life expectancy is 40 to 45 years old. Being 20, Enoch was halfway through his life, and he came to Gettysburg to fight for the Union cause. Enoch Detty fights for the 73rd Ohio. Actually, they fight all around this hill where he now rests. The 73rd Ohio is involved in skirmishing, a very deadly action that most people don't talk about because it occurs over a long period of time. Detty was wounded. We think that's what his records say, but not a wound that was serious, but yet he still dies and is a casualty of the Battle of Gettysburg. Detty in Camp Letterman General Hospital on York Street for 3.5 months until his eventual demise and burial here in the National Cemetery. It is estimated that some 620,000 soldiers and sailors died during the American Civil War. Most of us believe that that number is way higher, upwards of 720 to 770,000 people. Now, the weapons used on the battlefield were quite deadly. The mini ball, the bullet fired by these men, is a very high weight, has a great range, but is not fired with very much velocity or speed. When those bullets hit a human body, they don't have enough energy to get out, and that's why the bullet damage and amputations were so high. Men were mangled in the war. Still, that's not what killed the majority of the 620,000 soldiers. 2/3 of those soldiers die from disease. Now, we smile a little bit and think about that because we live in a time where a lot of diseases that these men died from are not a big deal to us anymore. Enoch Detty's cause of death is diarrhea. Now, we smile about that and think about diarrhea, but we have to go back to 1863. There are no intravenous IV fluids. There is no way to hydrate a patient who is dehydrating from his gut. We've all experienced that flu, and you know how wasted you are. Imagine having that happen to you for 3.5 months, and you can understand how Enoch Detty is going to succumb to that. Diarrhea is listed in a lot of the deaths of soldiers in 1863. It is the final common pathway for many diseases that these soldiers experienced. Measles, mumps, tonsillitis, just generalized infection from minor wounds. The last thing that happens is this dehydrating disease. It is estimated that 2 to 3 times a year, every soldier, north and south, will deal with this type of problem. And there's a particular type where it causes bleeding in the gut, and that's even worse. Enoch Milton Detty is the first soldier to be buried here in the Soldiers National Cemetery. He is located in the Ohio plot, Row A, Grave 1. That in of itself makes it a unique place. Eventually, 3,511 of his comrades will join him here at this field of honor. Enoch Detty represents those soldiers that died not from battle wounds, but from diseases in the American Civil War. I'm licensed battlefield guide Fran Feyock. Thank you.